Good morning, students. Welcome to the second class of biology on the chapter that is how do organisms reproduce. In today's class, we are going to talk about the various modes of asexual reproduction. In the previous class, I just mentioned what are the different ways by which organisms can reproduce asexually. So today, we are going to pick up one by one all the different modes and then we discuss in detail about each one. So let's begin. First, we have the first mode of asexual reproduction, that is fission. So fission, it is a mode of asexual reproduction in which a parent undergoes division to form two or more individuals. Fission generally occurs in unicellular organisms. It consists of two steps, that is division of the nucleus or the nuclear matter and then the cleavage or the division of the cytoplasm. Fission can be of two types, that is the binary fission and the multiple fission. So in binary, let's first talk about the binary fission. In binary fission, what happens, First, it occurs actually under the favorable conditions. When unicellular individual has become mature, it divides to form two similar individuals. The word binary actually means splitting into two. The parent disappears as it becomes or it gets distributed into its daughters. For binary fission, the nucleus or the nuclear matter elongates and then divides into two. It is followed by the cleavage of the cytoplasm in between the two daughter nuclei to form two daughter individuals. Amoeba, the binary fission can occur in any plane. This diagram illustrates the division in amoeba. As you can see, how the cell slowly there is a small groove and then the nucleus has also a groove. Then the nucleus has split into two. Then you can see over here the cytoplasmic groove is approaching and then finally they meet and the two daughter amoeba cells are formed. So in amoeba, binary fission can occur in any plane. It occurs in a definite plane in unicellular organisms having more organization in their bodies. In paramecium, for example, the plane of division is transverse. It is vertical in euglena. Okay, so in different organisms, the plane of division can be in different modes. Now let us talk about the multiple fission, the second type of fission. In this, what happens? It is a mode of multiplication in which one unicellular parent divides and splits internally to form a number of daughter individuals. Multiple fission occurs in protozoans and some unicellular algae. In amoeba, multiple fission also takes place but under unfavorable conditions when the protozoan forms a cyst over it. In Plasmodium, this diagram shows you the example of Plasmodium. That is a malarial parasite. It is a normal mode of asexual reproduction, both inside the red blood corpuscles and the liver cells. First, the nucleus divides repeatedly to form a number of daughter nuclei. Then what happens? The cytoplasm gathers around each nucleus to form daughter cells. The parent cell or the cyst bursts open and releases the daughter individuals. So in this way, the multiple fission happens in case of your Plasmodium, that is the malarial parasite. Now let us talk about the next mode of asexual reproduction, that is budding. So organisms such as Hydra They use the regenerative cells for reproduction in the process of budding. So what happens? It is a mode of reproduction in which one or more outgrowths develop from the body of an organism, which then separate to form new individuals. Here reserve or stem cells proliferate due to an internal or external stimulus. Repeated cell divisions at a specific site give rise to cellular mound. This is the mound. Give rise to cellular mound, and it grows and forms a bud. Hydra multiplies by budding under favorable conditions. The bud generally develops from the lower half. It grows in size. Mouth and tentacles are formed terminally. As soon as the bud becomes nutritionally independent, it constricts at the base. It constricts over here at the base, and then it separates as a new individual, as shown in this. Here is the constriction. You can see that it is a constriction at the base, and then it slowly separates as an independent new individual, attaches itself on the ground, and then starts living its life on its own. So that was the budding in case of Hydra. Now budding happens in case of unicellular organisms like yeast as well. So here what happens? Here there is a formation of an outgrowth from the organism, that is, it separates to produce a new individual. You all know that yeast is a unicellular fungus used widely in brewing and baking industry. During its growth, each individual first produces a small protuberance or a bud. The nucleus present in the parent cell, this is the nucleus. The nucleus present in the parent cell, that is, first divides. One nucleus passes into the bud. The bud grows in size, constricts at the base, and then separates out from the parent as a new individual. A single yeast cell may produce 1, 2, or 3 buds, which may further bear buds. All these may remain attached for some period of time, as you can see in the lower picture, the lower diagram. This condition is known as torula stage. Budding in unicellular organisms is slightly different from that of the binary fission. The parent cell evaginates on one side for the formation of a daughter before the division of the nucleus. The parent individual remains intact. It does not get disturbed if into two individuals. It does not get distributed into two individuals, but forms a daughter individual. So that was your budding in case of yeast. Now let us talk about the third mode of asexual reproduction, that is regeneration. So what is regeneration? Re means again and generare means to beget. So it is the ability to repair injured parts and replace the ones lost through accident or self-amputation. So regeneration was first discovered by Tremblay in case of Hydra in the year 1740. It is helpful in multiplication of some animals like Hydra and Planaria if they are broken or cut into small pieces. Each piece grows the missing parts and forms the complete organism once again. Regeneration is actually due to the presence of a special reserve or stem cell and de-differentiation of differentiated cells. They first proliferate and form a large number of cells. The cells then undergo differentiation, giving rise to various cell types and tissues in an organized manner. just like the development or growth of an individual from a young one. Regeneration is, however, not similar to reproduction, but organisms will not depend upon being cut or broken for their reproduction. Higher animals have very limited power of regeneration, like we know, tail in a wall lizard, arm in a starfish. All these are examples of higher animals having limited power of regeneration, as here the development and the differentiation are also controlled by the nervous and the hormonal systems. So that is all about regeneration. Now let us talk about the next mode of asexual reproduction, that is fragmentation. In fragmentation, what happens? It is a process of breaking up of the body of an organism into two or more parts called fragments. Each fragment grows into a new individual. Fragmentation is found in algae, fungi, bryophytes, and some marine ribbon-like worms. That is, it is caused by the mechanical disturbance, chemicals, death and decay of older parts, emptying of intervening cells, etc. Fragmentation is common method of multiplication in green filamentous alga, Spirogyra. Here, all the cells are capable of photosynthesis, growth and division. Therefore, each fragment grows into a new filament. So here in the picture you can see this is a entire Spirogyra, and it is just the septa formation means there is a breakage, and so from this breakage it has got broken up into fragments, and now each fragment can form a new individual. They have got a relatively very simple body design. So in that case, this method of fragmentation simply works, and this body breaks into small pieces on maturation, and these pieces or fragments have the capability to grow into new individuals. So we have discussed about 4 methods of asexual reproduction, and further we have few more to discuss, which we will continue in our next class. That's all for now. Thank you.